primetime game, and that's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. To serve live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later, and to deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Play. So let's take a peek at who's on the show with us for today. All right, with us we have Jay Briggs with us, Rod Zawacky, Kevin Thomas, Jovan will sign in momentarily, and Brian Bitler. Here's how they'll line up for this evening. Briggs, Burts, Bitler, Thomas, Zawacky, Clark. Unfortunately, West Virginia, I guess there was a tornado, no power, no internet. Late scratch there for James, and I will close this one out. All right, on the board tonight, 12-game card NBA, 13. What are we down to? We will have done about 10 games here from Major League Baseball. A big card for the NHL here for Friday. So as we're on the heels of the sweet actually the Final Four. So let's get this show underway. As we do, on the drive-thru, we'll start off with the Jay Briggs. Catch him over at Pig Dog Stream. We'll bring Jay in right now. Ready to roll with Jay. Jay, what's happening?
Tony T. That my man.
What's going on? All right, here we go tonight. We're going to look at this one between the Jazz and the Clippers here. The Clippers going to be laying 12.5 in this game, and we see the total coming in here. Well, about 223.5.
Hey, I know most of you here, a good handful of you here, probably watched the Jam Session. If you watched the Jam Session at least one time this year, you probably caught me talking about a Clippers game. And you know how I feel about the Clippers. It's F them, respectfully. That's how I feel about the Clippers. And on the back end of a back-to-back, I wouldn't trust this team laying double digits. I just can't do that. Yes, they did get the job done. Shout out to them. Nice win last night, beating the Denver Nuggets. But I don't trust these boys tonight. And yes, I'm well aware how bad the Utah Jazz have been on the road. The Jazz have played roughly 28 games or so on the road this season. I want to say 22 of those they have been beaten by double digits. So I do think the Clippers are head and shoulders a better basketball team. I do think the Clippers win this basketball game. In all honesty, I think the Clippers probably win the game by double digits. But we know the Clippers. They've been one of the worst ATS teams since coming out of the All-Star break. I see this one coming right down to the wire. ATS-wise, I got the Clippers winning the game by 11 points. I'm actually taking the Utah Jazz plus the points here.
You heard it right. You heard it right here. And Jay here, well, both these are two fading teams, but he says the Clippers are the more fadeable team. That's really what it comes down to here in this one with the Jazz here, plus 12.5. We know no marketing. We know they're missing. There's another key player out there that's missing for the Jazz. Obviously, the Jazz, we know where they're going. They're going nowhere. And the Clippers are a team that was this. What did we? What I'm trying to figure out, Jay, is what did we see yesterday from the Clippers? Did we see just a one-off where, hey, I'm going to show you naysayers here on TNT that when we want to turn it on that we can do so. Although they shot horribly. If you look at the box score, Denver mainly lost the game because they couldn't hit a bucket.
I think last night was a really good win for the Clippers, but I'm not valuing most of these games right now. Like Denver, I don't think they put their best foot forward last night. Not to take anything away from the Clippers or anything like that, but I just think when it matters most,
don't be afraid to. They deserve to be taking stuff away from them the way they look.
Yeah. Great point. It's the history of the Clippers. I just think this team is not going to be able to get over the hump. They only have one guy on the roster that's ever done it, and that's Kawhi Leonard. All the other guys, for as great as they are, for as many accolades as they have, they've never gotten it done. Paul George, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, they've never been able to get it done. So what changes now? I don't think anything. In all honesty, if they stay where they are in that 4 seed and my Mavs stay where they are in that 5 seed, I'm sorry to tell y'all, bye Clippers round 1.
That's Jay saying there, bye Clippers round 1. If that's where they stick, that would be an interesting matchup there. With these Clippers, as you know, a very hard team to back. Post All-Star break, and most of the problems they've had have been at home.
Yeah, we've seen them lose outright a handful of times, but I feel like tonight, again, they are head and shoulders better than the Jazz, but I just don't see the motivational factor for them, especially on the back end of a back-to-back after a tough game yesterday, to be motivated to come out here and blow the doors off of Utah. Can they? Yeah, they can. But based off what we've seen the last month or so, they're going to go through the motions, and a go through the motion style game is a 7 to 10 point win, in my opinion, for the Clippers tonight.
All right, we got Jay here, but I got to ask you, Jay, before I let you roll here. Any thoughts here on the women? I know you keep an eye on the women's tournament. We don't document or talk much about it. We did have Shane yesterday talk about it. Any thoughts here on this Final Four from the women?
Hey, to be honest, this may not be a very popular opinion, and I know this is going to sound kind of crazy because I won't even be able to watch it tonight, but because I will be at the Rangers game. But the game I'm most excited for, men and women's Final Four, is this women's game tonight. I'm more excited to see who pulls this off between UConn and Iowa. Iowa, they've been put out by UConn a few times, but I think this is the legacy season for Caitlin Clark, man. I think she gets it done and avenges, A, not going to UConn, and B, losing to them before. So I think I like Caitlin Clark tonight. I like Iowa and company to get it done. Last time I checked it, I think it was -2.5 maybe. I think it even got up to, but I have Iowa money line in some of my parlays.
All right, there. And then how can you when most of the games tomorrow are nearly double-digit favorites on both games? So the women's games become a little bit more attractive point spread-wise. So the biggest question now for Jay, and I asked you this about last week, and you were like a hard maybe, it didn't happen. But I'm going to ask you this for this year coming up. Will there be a WNBA jam session based on who's coming in the league this year?
You did ask me that last year. I don't know. The WNBA draft is coming up quickly. It's kind of crazy how fast it happens. From women's college hoops to the WNBA. I don't follow it every single night, but I may start to. We'll see. Tony T.
Another hard maybe.
Maybe.
another hard maybe. Tune in, see what happens. All right, there. That's the question. As Shane, we talked about it yesterday. It was a slow day for games, so we covered that. And we were wondering what impact, and maybe I'll ask you the same question. What impact do you think Caitlin Clark Reese going into the WNBA will have on the product? They can either become obscurity or it can raise the game. What will happen?
I think it'll have a huge impact on the game. Both of them are huge draws, just the attention that they garner. So I think a WNBA program adding to them to their roster will not only, boost like their social medias and, fan presence. I think it'll boost, just getting household names. It's kind of crazy to say, but those two are household names at this point. Two of the biggest stars we've seen come through women's college hoops in quite some time. So I think the WNBA getting names like that would be huge. I think people will definitely want to see those two when they come through a city near them for women's WNBA basketball.
I was laying 3.5 in the game tonight.
Oh, it's gone up.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It is public, and UConn is really, really, really good. Paige, she's a bucket. She's a bucket too. But I would still lay the 3.5. I would. I think this is like a 5-6 point win for Iowa when it's all said and done.
South Carolina, NC State, the first game, it's a big line, 12, South Carolina.
South Carolina is favored by 12.5 in this game for a reason. They've been the best team all season. NC State, shout out to them for the run, but I think they're just outclassed, outmatched. If South Carolina plays their best basketball game, they win that game by 15 plus.
There you go. The Final Four from Jay. He'll be watching this game on his phone. The Rangers game. All right. And we got him on record here. Fading the who? The Clippers. That's been the tone. We kind of hinted that. We hinted that at the All-Star break. Just watch when we're talking about the Clippers and watch them go the other way post All-Star break. And guess what happens? They went the other way. Because they are the Clippers. It was very predictable for that to happen, by the way. All right. Jay, let's take a look over at pick.com for tonight's action. 12-game card NBA. About another good 10 games. We're down to about 9 games to go in baseball here in the prime time. Got some action on the ice. You can see Jay's been dominating the NBA this year. 3,602 units of profit. Been on absolute tear. What do you have going over at Pick Premium?
Hey, y'all know me, man. I call a spade a spade. Hasn't been my best week. But looking to bounce back. And no better day to bounce back than this money-making Friday, this bounce-back Friday. I'm locked and loaded. I got 5 plays in the NBA you guys can hop on. I got them all in a money-making mega pack. You guys can scoop that up, or you can scoop up my NBA Player of the Day. We've hit 5 of our last 8 on that NBA Player of the Day. We've been hitting at a 55+% clip on that NBA Player of the Day for the season, so looking to bounce back on that today. Or you can hop on something long-term. If you join on long-term, I have 3 baseball in there today as well, so plenty of stuff in there for me. With baseball being back, I'm telling you, a lot of volume, NBA and baseball. Hop on something long-term. You get every single play that I release, every single sport. Or you can pair me up with one of your other favorite handicappers here and let us help you make some money over an extended period of time.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Jay Briggs over at Pick Dodge Premium. You see the great results in the NBA, so no better time now to get on board with the long-term pass. Remember that 7-day pass gets you all the NBA and also the NCAA tournament, even the finals on Monday with that 7-day pass. Pick is a promo code, save that 15% off, right, Jay? Have yourself a great night. You know, I was looking at the line. I was going to say, wow, you better hurry up because it's going to take a little while to get to Houston. When I looked at this line, I thought this game was in Houston. What the hell is going on with this line?
Tony T, man, it's just blatant disrespect. You're going to give me the World Series champs as a dog to a team we just beat down when it mattered most? Stop it.
I thought I was reading. I thought my line service was. I thought you were going to be driving to Houston. When I looked at the line, oh, Jay's got a long drive. they're lining this game like Houston's at home, and I would still think of it be disrespect. But at home, oh my God.
Hey man, even if the Astros had come out this season looking as good as the Astros have sometimes, bro, what are they, 2-5? They have shown nothing to suggest they should be favored over the World Series champ. I'm just saying, but we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. Jay, we need you. We need your support over there tomorrow. You don't believe how many people need that support tonight for this team. There's a lot riding on your boys tonight. Trust me. All right, man. Have a great night, Jay. And we'll catch up with you again on the show Monday and Drive Thru. Of course, we'll catch you on the weekends as well. And your drive, and of course your video series.
Yes, sir. Y'all can catch my NBA Jam session every day as I cover every single NBA game on the card. And then tomorrow and Sunday, I should be hosting the Big Dog's Morning Show. I haven't looked at who's on, but I'm sure we have a great crew of handicappers, man. So will be a ton of information, cover as many games as we can, and try to put you guys on some winners. So make sure you guys tune in tomorrow morning, and I'll see you then.
We'll see you then. Have a great night, Jay. We'll catch you on Monday on the Drive Thru. Catch you on the weekend here on the show. Jay Briggs here on the Drive Thru. Let's continue here on the show, guys. Now time for your chat pick of the game, pick of the night, and it's this one here: Warriors at Mavericks, 8:40 Eastern time. If you like the Warriors, plus 1.5, type in A. If it's the Mavericks laying the 1.5, it's B. Over 222.5 is C. Under 222.5 is D. Get these picks coming in right now. It's the chat pick of the day. It's your pick. You guys own it. You guys have done a great job with the pick of the day. Keep those picks coming in. All right, let's continue here on the Drive Thru. Up next, we got Jovan Burts. He's situated, ready to rush him over at Pick Dodge. We'll bring Jovan in right now. So we're going to have more NBA coverage on this 12-game NBA card. Jovan, what's happened?
Hey, what's going on? Hey, how are you?
I'm doing great. All right, here we go tonight. Knicks, I hope I got it right. Knicks and Bulls going head-to-head here. The Knicks are point on the road, total 212.
Yeah, and I'm going out on a limb on this in certain respects. I'm on the Bulls in this one. Now, you know, to be fair, they're only 2-5 in their last 7, both straight up and against the spread. But they're in a favorable spot against the Knicks team who had to claw back from a big deficit, ended up winning by double against the Kings last night. And, you know, with travel, second night of back-to-back, one of those things where it took a lot out of the Knicks. You know, if you watched any part of that game, you know what I'm talking about, because the Knicks, they were kind of dead in the water. You know, the Kings were playing good, and then you know, the Knicks, they bared down on defense and, you know, did just enough to have a big fourth quarter. You know, and I expect a big letdown from them, even though, you know, they're playing for playoff position and also trying to solidify that 4th seed at the very least. On the other end, the Bulls, they're trying to lock down that 9th seed, get home court for that playing game, you know, to advance to the next, you know, round of the play-in, and then try to get in the playoffs as an 8th seed. So, you know, they want the home court against the Hawks. You know, that's for damn sure. So, you know, given all those circumstances, I'm on the Bulls in this one. to get it done.
All right, Jovan says go ahead and take the Bulls here. Now it's getting one. This line has moved since we were brought in, so we've seen a little bit of line movement here to the Knicks side here. Although there are some areas out there that have pick 'em up there, but do your line shopping, get the best numbers here, Jovan here on the Bulls. Obviously, the home team. You got the rest coming in here, and also too. Question marks. Although Brunson and Hart have hit the injury report but are questionable. But the news today is OG Anunoby has been upgraded here to probable. We know that when they first come back, they may take some time, but he's expected to come back after that issue with his elbow. So it looks like Anunoby may be in the lineup tonight. Of course, minutes restrictions obviously in play here, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And with Ibby, I think they've just been cautious with him. He came back for a couple games, and then, they sat him down for a little bit. I guess there was some inflammation in that elbow. But, it's time. Basically, it's playoff time. So, if he's going to play, then there's the time. They're up for the playoffs. So, they didn't play certain guys for a lot of minutes yet, like Mitchell Robinson and guys like that. So it might play to their favor, but when you have DiVincenzo playing big minutes, 40-some-odd minutes, and Jalen Brunson, what he plays, 38, 39, and stuff like that, Josh Hart, these guys are playing big minutes, and they've been their players ever since Julius Randle. Well, Brunson's always been the frontline player, but ever since Randle has been out of that lineup, Hart stepped it up, DiVincenzo stepped it up, and Obi, he was injured. So, one thing about Tom Thibodeau, he runs his players to the ground and doesn't make any bones about it and has no remorse, over it. So, I'm just game alone. I'm looking for the Bulls, to catch them slipping.
There's some report here in Jalen Brunson. I know Brunson is probably all assumed that he's going to play, but there's a little bit of doubt now because basically reading some of the reports here are saying here that Brunson's dealing with some foot soreness and that he may miss the second night of back-to-back. It says probable on the injury report, but looking deeper into it, I would say more closer to questionable now with Brunson.
Hey, I mean, if I don't know how I know how the Knicks handle their players, and that's if they can play, they're gonna play. With that said, it would be to their advantage if they sat down Brunson and then before we said they sit him down also. You know what I mean? So, it is what it is, man. But to get a better glimpse at this, see where they're at. If they could they have the luxury of dropping one. Let's see the standings real quick.
Yeah, because they're still.
So listen. Right now they're in fifth. They don't have the tiebreaker with the Magic. The Magic are most likely going to get their win tonight, so they need the win tonight. You know what I mean? So listen, I think he's going to play. That's my feeling about it. But I'm for me, I hope they lose. It wouldn't bode well for them. But
you've got not only a rested, but you got a healthy Bulls team here because Phillips is a 2-point per night guy. He's the only guy out, so you've got pretty much a healthy.
And the Bulls have rest advantage. That's also a little tidbit. But for not both of these teams, but the Knicks, they still have a shot at the third seed. The Cleveland Cavaliers, they're slipping.
Yeah.
And they're holding on to that third, by a stretch. So so it's just one of those things where there's a lot of influx with that anywhere from 3 to 6 seed. Well, actually anywhere from the 3 to the 8 seed. From night to night, this thing could flip on its head.
Yeah, and it's worth noting that Cleveland has the Lakers tomorrow.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be an interesting week, last week of the season for both conferences.
Yep, that is pretty much the truth there. Very interesting, intriguing, especially with these play-in rounds. Really make it intriguing. You want to get into that 6th seed. That's something we didn't expect. We thought that all the drama would be with the 9-10, but it really seems it's that try to get in that top 6. It creates a lot of different races, which makes the NBA pretty much intriguing this time of the year. When usually this time of the year, most people tune out in the NBA.
Right. Hey. Got to hand it to Adam Silver. He knew what he was doing when he put in this playoff round. I mean, this playing round. It's kind of like horse racing. These teams are jockeying for position. To go to the stretch and see who's going to get placed, and who's not.
Yep, that's right. It's interesting to see how this rolls, and thank goodness they did, because we wouldn't have seen the Lakers in the postseason the next following 2 years. At least
For me, I would love to see the Lakers get knocked out. It's probably not gonna. When they're in this, you saw it last year when they got into the play-in. Business with the little help from the referees. So hopefully, I would rather see the Warriors in there, but they got a steep hill to climb.
Yep. And just for the chat, someone in the chat was wondering about what's going on. We're talking here. This is mainly against the Knicks in the spot, just so you understand, right? I mean, we could like teams and talk good about teams, but in the NBA, this is a lot of mainly a spot play.
Yeah, listen, this is sports handicapping and sports gambling, sports betting 101. You don't bet the team that you like. You gotta be cold-hearted when it comes. You gotta bet with your money, not your heart. Sometimes it works out in your favor betting with your heart, but and more times than not, it doesn't. That's just a simple fact of the matter. I'm a Boston fan like that, but I'll be, and this year, they've been a bet on team overall, even though they dropped some spots that they shouldn't have. But they've been on tears like they are now. But you got to take the fandom out of it.
Yeah.
To each his own. Some guys, they bet their team, and that's just that.
Yeah.
But I'll bet against my team in a minute, in a second, if that means I'm getting, if I'm cashing at the window.
Yep, it's all dependent on the spot. Yesterday, I thought the Knicks were a good bet against the Kings. Tonight, I think they're a back-to-back spot, so they're in a bad spot. Same thing with the Lakers, right? The Lakers were a good bet in that first game against Toronto, and they were a go-against for a lot of people in that second game against Washington.
Listen, I was on the Knicks last night, and they were dead in the water until they weren't. You know what I mean? So, you can't use your emotions. You got to take your emotions out of sports betting.
Yep.
That's what separates the winners from the losers, as far as I'm concerned.
Yep. That's how I feel.
If you're doing this on a professional level, if you're just jerking off money and want to have fun and and root for your favorite team, that there's a place for that. But some of us don't have the luxury of doing that. Some of this is actually our job.
That's right, indeed. All right, so Jovan here, Bulls lay the 1 here against the Knicks. Now you get the 1 against the Knicks tonight here, 8 Eastern time. All right, Jovan, let's take a look over at pick.com tonight's action. 12-game card here from the NBA. We also have action here from Major League Baseball. Probably about another 8 games left to go here. A lot of action in primetime tonight as well. Head into a big Final Four weekend. Jovan enjoying a great past 7 days, 1,126 units of profit. Document over at pick.com. What do you have going over the site?
Yeah, I got an NBA 3-pack going. I'm all NBA 3-pack, and also have 2 standalone baseball plays. My baseball season has been pretty much fired so far in this early season of the baseball season. So you might want to check out those plays or jump on something long term. 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, yearly. I've been hot as of late. 7 straight days of winning days, and just looking to keep it going. Basically, if you've been watching Pit Dogs, or you've been here for some years, you know what I do. On a long-term scale. So not gonna say much more about it. Match me over one of the other handicappers for the 2-4 Capital Emotional. You can't go wrong here at Sports Chat Place and Pick Dogs. Let's get it.
Let's get it, guys. Get it over to Jovan Burts over at pick.com. You see the great results here the past 7 days, 1,126 units of profit. So get on board with Jovan Burts. Use promo code PICK at checkout. Save that 15% off. You guys love that 3-day pass on the weekends. It's something you can also consider. All right, Jovan, as always, great having you show. Have a great night. We'll catch up with you again Monday on the drive-thru, but we can always catch our video series with those shorts as well. And we catch on the weekends on the weekend show.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a daily operation for the video shorts that I put out. And, per usual, Saturday and Sunday morning, giving out free picks on the morning show, and then right back here on Monday on the drive-thru.
Absolutely, guys. So make sure to like, subscribe, hit those notifications so when Jovan drops those videos, you get them right away. All right, Jovan, have a great weekend. We'll catch up with you on Drive Through Monday.
Absolutely. Have a great night, win, and see you on Monday.
We'll see you on Monday. Jovan Burts here on the Drive Through. We'll continue here on the show, guys. But first, let's talk about the chat pick of the day tonight. It's Warriors and Mavericks. If you like the Warriors, letter A, plus 1.5. B, for the Mavericks, letter 1.5. C, over 220.5. D, under 220.5. There you go with your chat pick of the day. Right now, it is big lead here for the Mavericks, 4-1. We got a couple unders in there for you guys as well. So keep those picks coming into the chat. We just got some Warrior love right now coming in. So 4-2 right now. It's the Mavericks ahead of the Golden State Warriors with our chat pick of the day. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. Time to bring in Kevin. We got another under here, so under is making up some ground here on the chat pick of the day. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. Kevin Thomas up next. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Stream. Catch the video series as well here on the YouTube channel for Pick Dogs. I think we're ready to go here. We'll bring in Kevin Thomas, set to roll. Hit a second. Wait a minute. Where do we go? We'll find. Oh, actually, I went a little too far. Here's Kevin. Kevin, what's happening?
Hey, how you doing, Tony? Great to be here.
Great to have you. Great to have you. Here's a game tonight here. Interesting one here with the situations in play here. Heat at the Rockets. The Heat road favorites 3, total 215.5.
Yeah, well, earlier when I looked, the
Oh, looks like we might have had
2.5.
Oh, you go.
It
You're
opened
good now.
at
You're good now.
2.5. Is it? Okay. Yeah, both these games on teams on back-to-back, but this is all for the Heat because the Heat losing to the 76ers was huge. Houston losing to the Warriors, pretty much. I don't think the Rockets are even going to make the playoffs, but the Miami, they're all bunched in there now with the Sixers, the Pacers, even the Knicks, Cavaliers. I mean, it's so tight right there from 7 on up to 4 that every game is super important. I think Tyler Hero, listed as questionable, comes back for this game, but I don't even think he's the X factor here. I think it's on the other side, the Rockets without Amen Thompson. Now, Amen Thompson doesn't score a lot of points, but what he does on the defensive side of the ball at 6'7" is huge. Tyler Hero, all that means is more points and then more spacing for these Heat players. But it also puts Duncan probably on the bench. He'll be playing with Love and those guys and Jamin Jacquez Jr. And I think that bench is deadly right there. I have the Heat all day -3. I got it at -2 earlier, but I love that. And I would take any Jimmy Butler props tonight because, he's going to be fired up. And when him and Dylan Brooks, those two guys, they're going to be physical out there. So he might be a lot of free throws in this one.
All right, yeah, I jumped. Kevin Thomas jumped Bitler. It's all right. It's all right, Billy. Don't get too upset. He's shaking it. He's not liking it too much. All right. Anyway, the issue here with Heat, obviously Tate, Thompson out here for Houston, which are contributors. Sengun, they've been making this run without Sengun, but it just seemed that when Houston started facing some of the top level teams, it kind of fizzled out for them.
Oh, yeah, and then on the other side, the Heat, they're 21-14-2 on the road against the spread. That's better than their home record. So I think maybe they needed this after last night's game because they fought back in that game. You might say, well, they're going to be a little bit tired, but I think they're going to be extra motivated tonight. I don't think the Rockets are going to have enough firepower to keep up because the Heat are going to defend them. They're going to hold them into those half-court sets. And I think the Heat are so underrated on defense that it's going to be bad. I would go up to as far as 6 points on this one.
Wow, look at there. Yeah, the Rockets are going to be really, really. That was a really discouraging loss there. That can leave a real sour taste in their mouth. 3 straight losses after making that big run. I don't see the bounce. If there was going to be a bounce, it would have been yesterday, and they got pounded off the court. That's got to be that's season ending in my book. Anyway, Heat here laying the 3 against the Rockets tonight. All right, Kevin, let's take a look over at Pick.com for tonight's action. Of course, that NBA 12-game card heading into a March Madness weekend, Final Four weekend. Also, still baseball, about 8 games left on the card. And we got prime time here on a Friday. some action, a big card for the ice on Friday. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
No, I've heated up on the diamond. It took a while. I opened up horrible 0-3 on opening day, but since then I'm 4-1 in MLB. Hockey for the season, over 8K in profits. So I still have a hockey play tonight, and I still have my secret sauce on the NBA hardwood. My MLB already went off. It is tied at 2-2. I got the Giants over the Padres, so I've been watching that game. It looks like it might go into over extra innings, so we'll see what happens there. I still got 2 tonight, but always the best deals, like I tell everyone, 3, 7-day, 30-day, you get tons of picks, different sports, and then you could partner me up with my good buddy Brian, who's texting me that that I jumped him in the line and he's upset.
He's upset, yeah.
And he makes fun of the secret sauce. I don't want to use the X Factor. Too many people use that. The secret sauce, it's kind of like the X Factor, and it annoys him. So he's always texting me, "Oh, I hate the secret sauce, and I hate that you're ahead of me." Get used to it, Brian.
Oh no,
Get used to it.
Yeah, used to it. All right, guys, get on board with Kevin Thomas over at Pick Dogs Premium. Great time to get on board with that 3-day pass, Final Four weekend. Get all of Ken's premium plays for 3 days, including the March Madness here for Saturday. If he gets his pick in Sunday, he'll get the final as well. So no better time now to get the 3-day pass. All the NBA, all the NHL, college hoops, baseball, all these sports overlapping, long-term pass. The way to go. Pick is your promo code. Save that 15% off. All right, Kevin, as always, great having the show. Continued success. We'll catch up with you next week, but sometimes we catch you on the weekend shows.
And I might be here tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow on the morning show. We also catch your video series you produce over at Pick Dogs.
Oh yeah, hey, tune into those. I mean, tons of free content over at the YouTube Pick Dogs YouTube channel. It's more than anywhere I've ever seen on the planet, and you get good stuff. I mean, all these cappers. I mean, I watch tons of them myself to help me make some of these picks, because if I'm on the fence of something, and if it's NBA, I'm looking at Jovan, I'm looking at Jay, seeing what they have. It's hockey, I'm looking at Rod, see what he has. And if it's college basketball, I'll watch Brian's video. It pains me, but I'll watch it.
There you go. Check it out. Brian knows. If we get a split screen up here. You guys ought to do a split show together, you and Brian. That would be something.
I don't know if I can get any better looking than that. Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
I'd really look.
That would be something. That would be something. We'll see what Brian thinks on his next segment.
Oh,
all right.
Partner me up with Brian, but the only downfall is me and him kind of think a lot alike when it comes to some of these sharp picks. So if you got us both, you might get some of the same picks because we tend to talk about what we have, and a lot of times it's the same pick. So.
Maybe we get a camera. Maybe we get a camera when you guys are on the golf course. That would be something. We'll figure that out, Rolls.
I did witness his hole-in-one. I will not lie. But it was a par 3 course, so I don't take it for what it is. It was a 160-yard shot, but he did get a hole-in-one, and we all know how hard and rare that is. So
it is credit.
I will applaud him for that. He did have a hole-in-one 10 years ago.
10 years ago. Okay, there you go. All right. I think they'll give him the Phil Hellmuth treatment. Yeah, you won your bracelets when there was only 10 guys playing. All right, Kevin, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again here on the Drive-Thru next week.
Yep, take care.
Yeah, Kevin Thomas here on the Drive-Thru, guys. We'll continue on here. Let's update the chat pick of the day. So far, it has been pretty much all I should say, actually has been pretty much the Mavericks, right? You guys have been coming in heavy on the Mavericks. Yeah, it has been Mavericks coming in. A lot of the B's on the show today. So right now, if you like the Warriors, it's letter A, Mavericks, it's B, over is C, under is D. So keep these picks coming in right now here on our chat pick of the day. We do have 3 on the under, and right now the B's are coming in right now here on the show in this chat pick of the day. It's been pretty much a lot of Mavericks in here, although I think we did see some coming. Actually, let me update this now here. We got an A, we got a B, we got another under. The unders are looking good today from you guys. Let's see what else we got in. So we got another B and a B. So actually 7 now for the Mavs, 3 for the Warriors, and 4 for the under. So the unders are looking good. All right, let's continue here on the Drive-Thru. Now we're going to bring in Brian Bitler. He's not very happy that Kevin jumped the line on him, so we'll bring him in right now, catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. And let's see if we can steam him off a little steam. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Let's bring him in right now with baseball coverage here from Brian Bitler. Brian, what's happening?
I'll tell you what, that's the only time Kevin Thomas gets ahead of me is by accident. But I'll tell you what, his picks are pretty good. I have to take out my own credit card and buy them, but we'll have to wait till another time. I'll have to put my vote in on the Golden State Warriors. I like this poll we got going on. Kind of, 7 to the Dallas, 3 to the Warriors. It makes me want to get on Golden State for sure.
Well, we've had some that were 15-1. We've had some that were 16-2. And we've had, I think in those situations, twice they've lost, once they've won. So, yeah, we've had some one-sided results here. We'll see how it evens out here. So we're going to the Diamond today as the Mariners are on the road facing the Brewers. The Brewers $1.18, total 7.5.
Yeah, for me, I'm looking at the Seattle Mariners and the Boston Red Sox. I'm going to run here with the Seattle Mariners on the road on the money line. Seattle off 2 straight losses in this game, badly needing a win, especially off that debacle on Wednesday, 8-0 loss at home. You got Logan Gilbert on the mound. I think he comes into this one off a 7-inning, 4-hit, 1-run performance last time out. Freddie Peralta, just as impressive, though, But he was hit going against the New York Mets, and I think I could have a good pitching performance against those Metropolitans. These two teams met last season. The Brewers swept them out in 3 games. A little bit of revenge, I think, in store for Seattle. I think what's been hurting the Mariners is their 195 batting average coming into this one. I think they get to Freddie early. I think the Seattle Mariners here on the money line over the Milwaukee Brewers. Yeah,
Brian, here on the Mariners here, plus 114 against the Brewers. It just seems to me that the Brewers just seem to like to get out of Seattle. Just that ballpark is really tough on the hitters. And we often see the Mariners on the road. We see those bats come alive more on the road with this Mariners team.
I think for sure, Seattle, not the easiest place to play. Normally you get cold temperatures. The ball doesn't fly the same as it does. And I think the Seattle hitters get up more when they're on the road. I think we're going to see some bats here in Milwaukee.
Yeah, and of course, notice how short that line is there for the Brewers, right? You would think, well, it's a home game. Well, the Mariners have some talent, but
Brewers come in with that 4-run record against 3 and 4, but I expect Seattle to, really make a run at the AL West. I think they're going to win it. So a slow start, really not going to scare me off of Seattle.
Yeah, and of course the bullpen there also in play there with the Mariners. Brian here on the Mariners plus 114 against Brewers. So far this early in baseball, what has got your attention?
Well, I started out hot in baseball, 4-1, but I've cooled off. I think what caught my attention is that Pittsburgh Pirates started out 5-0. The Phillies slow start, but that's kind of what they do every year. The Phillies always get off to a slow start. I think they're going to have trouble with the Nationals tonight. I think Aaron Nola, a little bit overpriced. What else has caught my attention? New York Yankees, nice hot start. Sometimes the Yankees get a little flat out of the gate, but definitely, I love baseball, and it's going to be a long season. Got to take it in stride.
Yeah, we just started the Mets and Reds. It's been tough on the Mets, 1-5, and boy, they were almost 0-6 if they didn't have that comeback last night.
I'll tell you what, I had the New York Mets in Game 1 yesterday, thinking that they were due, and they were up 3-0 to let them come back, and they had chances in extra innings, but 11th inning they just got the doors blown off, and of course they won Game 2.
One of the best bets in baseball the past several years has been the Rockies as a home dog and up 6-2 here. No surprise, even though they look so terrible on the road. It's a different team at home.
You got to take a look at, I had them written down, but I was, I wussed out and went with the Pittsburgh Pirates instead, and we saw what happened. But Colorado during the season, you got to look to see what the line is with them at home. All year long, maybe take the plus 1.5, but Colorado always close to 500 at home.
Yep, up 6-3 now as they get a base hit to drive in a run. 1 out here, top of the 9th as Rockies looking to close it out. But again, a 3-run lead, 2-run lead is never comfortable in Colorado, especially when Colorado's trying to hold it. So we'll see how this rolls here. No outs, a runner on, 6-3. There are shadows up there too. Their shadows should help the Colorado pitching staff, but not so far. They've gotten 2 straight batters on, up 6-3, a run on first. So Rockies trying to hold on to this lead to win the game. Brian here, Mariners at plus 114 against the Brewers tonight, 8 Eastern time. All right, Brian, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium. Of course, on the board tonight, we have still games in prime time for Major League Baseball, as well as 12-game card from the NBA. Pretty big card for the NHL for a Friday. Brian doing great work in college basketball. 1,654 units of profit. We're heading into a Final Four weekend. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
I'll tell you what, before it came on the air, I entered in my titanium play for tomorrow for Mars, my favorite bet in the Final Four. You can get that for $25 at pickdogs.com. My titanium for tonight is in the NBA, just $25 at pickdogs.com. Also have a hockey play, 14-5, last 19 in the NHL. So definitely a big night. Maybe pick up my square dance and 3-pack. It has all 3 of my best bets.
That's right, guys. Got aboard with Brian Bitler over at Pick Dogs Premium. 1,654 units of profit in college hoops, so get on board. Long-term pass, the way to go. Remember that 3-day pass will get you. Well, Brian will have the finals in there for Sunday, so you get the rest of the NCAA tournament with that 3-day pass. Pick is a promo code, save that 15% off. So go ahead and get signed up. All right, Brian, it's always great having you on the show. I know we held you up there for your square dancing. I know your date's going to be a little upset. The fact that Kevin Thomas jumped the line, but hope you.
I think he did it on purpose because he knows he's not allowed out on a Friday night. I am, so he wanted to make it take as long as possible. That's all right. Goodness. I'll forgive him.
You'll forgive him. All right, Brian. Have a great night, and we'll catch up. And we'll catch up with you again Monday the Drive-Thru. We can always catch you on the weekend shows as well as your video series, as you like to find those contrarian sharp plays. I was wondering what Rockies made.
That's what when I'm going to get off of here, I'm going to look at my sharp betting contrarian predictions, record the video for tomorrow. Also going to be on tomorrow's show. And I know we're going to be arguing about college basketball, and hopefully I win my hat bet with Jay. I got the Houston Astros tonight on the money line over the Texas Rangers, trying to even it up. He's up on me 2-1. So I'm going to try to even our hat series up tonight.
Even the hat series there, indeed. Look out. That's right. For people who are worried about the Rockies bullpen, they're trying to sweat out a home dog win. It's tough. It's tough. It's going to sweat. It's a sweat job here. All right, Brian. Have a great night. We'll catch up with you again Monday on the Drive-Thru.
Thanks for having me, Tony. I'll see you on Monday, hopefully with a new hat.
Another hat? Yeah, win that hat. Looking for a hat. Brian Bitler here on the Drive-Thru. All right, guys, we'll continue here. And I want to let you know here on the chat pick of the day, it's getting closer here. 8, well, a little closer now. 8 on the Mavs, 4 on the Warriors, 4 on the under. That's our chat pick of the day. So get your picks in right now before we close. And they walk the batter, I think it is. 2 runners now. Tying run at the plate now as the Rockies are looking to choke this one away. 1 out, no outs. 6-3 Rockies, 2 runners on, and Lawrence can't get an out. So let's see what happens here. There's a lot of worried Rocky fans right now. All right, let's continue here on the Drive-Thru. Up next, Rod Zawacky. We'll bring him in right now. He's been good to us here on the Drive-Thru. Rod, what's happening?
Hey, not too much, Tony. Watching some of this baseball game. I was on the Pirates early, and they got me on that one. It happens. Pirates couldn't get a clutch hit. McCutcheon definitely wasn't Mr. Clutch today. A couple times he had left guys on. Just couldn't get that big hit. It happens. It's baseball.
It happens.
One down.
Either McClutchin or Machokin. You know what you're going to get.
Machokin. Yeah. Sometimes, sometimes he's a Mr. Clutching, but sometimes he was Mr. Joking. He was definitely choking.
Mr. McChokin. McChokin today. So we'll go on the ice tonight. Some games with purpose here. Flyers and Sabres going head-to-head. The Sabres $1.12, total of 6.
Yeah, you look this one. The Flyers definitely been in a nosedive, tailspin, heading the wrong direction. And we're gonna get start debut in the NHL for the Flyers. In this one tonight, we're gonna get Ivan Fedotov. He's gonna get the start here for the Flyers in this one. He did come in relief effort from Urson earlier in a game where he made 19 saves and 20 out of 21 shots. So let in a couple of goals in that one. This will be officially his first NHL start. 6'7" goalie. They expect big things from this Flyers goalie. But you got to look at the other side of the pipes. Zuka-Pekka Luukkonen, he's definitely a step forward for these Sabres this season and played some pretty good hockey. And the Sabres, you look with him in goal and at home here in this one. No pressure on the Sabres. You know they're not making the big dance here. They're right out of the playoffs, so they're playing a spoilers role here in this one. So I got to go with the hometown crowd and the Sabres. This is the first of a back-to-back here for the Flyers in this one as well. So they could be looking for tomorrow's spot But in this one, I got to go with the hometown crowd and the Sabres. I think they get the win. Just playing the better hockey. Sabres are also 7-0 in their last 7 versus the Metro Division. Make it 8 as they beat the Flyers here tonight.
All right, Rod here on the Sabres here, minus 125 here against the Flyers. And you know this Philadelphia coach, man, he must just be tearing his hair out. I see there's like a little cast on his arm. I don't know how that happened.
Wow! He probably whacked the board.
Whacked the board.
or something. Yeah, he should whack something that he shouldn't have and getting mad. Well, yeah, because this Flyers team is just, they were nice comfortably in third in the Metro, and now they're scrapping and right out of the playoffs. I believe they're 1 point out of the playoffs.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, they took that over last night with their win and the Flyers loss. So it's a battle. There's 3 teams here. It becomes between the Flyers, the Penguins, the Islanders, going down to the East to all scrapping it out for that wild card spot. It's kind of funny you're scrapping it out to play a really good hockey team. So it is what it is.
Yep.
Someone's going to get that one spot. It's almost like, there it is in the middle. Get it.
Get it, indeed. We're in the all right. Rod here. Sabres minus 125 against the Flyers tonight. Top of the hour. Right, Rod. Let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Premium for tonight's action. Rod, enjoy good results in baseball this year. We have still a handful of games in prime time. 12-game NBA card, 6-game hockey card. What do you have going over at Pick Dodge Premium?
And over at Pick Dodge Premium tonight, we hit my play of the day again yesterday, back to back, going for 3 straight on it. 12-2 in the last 14 on my 10-star play of the day. So scoop it up singly. It's on the ice tonight. Also have an NHL birdcage, so I've got 4 plays in total on the ice, and then I also have a Steak Friday going where you'll get those 4 hockey, couple MLB, plus an NBA play thrown in there as well. Steak Friday is $79.95 for all 7 plays, or instead of buying that package, it's the same price as a 3-day pass, so you might as well scoop that up. Use the promo code PICK at checkout, save 15% off. And that'll get you the same, everything I got going Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I'll get Monday thrown in there as well. So that 3-day pass basically gets you 4 days of plays. Join me for this weekend as we continue to crush it. Nice 5-0 day yesterday. Looking to continue that into a nice winning day to kickstart the weekend.
That's right, guys. Got to go with Rod Zawacky over at Pick.com. Good results here from MLB. Get that 3-day pass. Get all of Rod's premium plays for 3 days. March, the Final Four Saturday. He'll have that tournament, the finals in there on Sunday night to get that 3-day pass. So get on board with Rod. Use the promo code PICK at checkout. Save that 15% off. Right, Rod, any bonus for you tonight? Also, the Rockies have just choked it. It's 6-6 tie now in the top of the ninth and 1 out.
Those are the worst. Those are my baseball when you're just like, ah! You're up, you're feeling good.
There was a guy in there. Looks like he live bet it. There was a race plus 350 when they were in the rally. When they were a hit away from tying the game, the live odd was still race plus 350. So good job, J-Man 45. You could smell it coming. You could smell it coming.
You just smell it coming. Well, congratulations, J-Man there. Good hit if you did hit it. It's not over yet.
Nope.
So.
Nope, no doubt about that.
Don't count the chickens yet. It's still got a cash. Still got to get that one home for
That's
you.
right. We've seen it many times where they rally the tie and blow it in the next inning. That's how it rolls. But all right, Rod.
Bonus for me tonight. I like Cutter Crawford. He's pitching for Boston tonight, and he's going to easily get over 5.5 Ks for us. He's definitely a heat machine, and he just stacks up the Ks. Cutter Crawford over 5.5 strikeouts tonight. Little bonus play. Also, I like, speaking of Buffalo, I like Buffalo to win this game. I also like Alex Tuck to get an anytime goal from the Buffalo Sabres. And take Tage Thompson over 3.5 shots on goal. He easily gets to 4 or 5 shots on goal tonight. A few bonus plays in the game I got going. Definitely tune in and check it out. I also gave away, there's some on my social media. I gave a home run prop. I'll give it to you here. I gave going for Jose Altuve in a big hat bet game between Jay and Bitler. I think Jose Altuve hits a home run in that one. So Altuve get a home run plus 350 in that one as well.
There you go. Bonus there from Rod. All right, guys. So make sure you check out Rod, and of course, Rod, your video series A to Z NHL. I know it's a Saturday. We got a lot of games tonight they can check out. Of course, Saturday's action as well, and a parlay.
Yeah, we crushed yesterday's parlay, so definitely go check out tonight. Smaller card, but I still got a 3-game parlay. We're looking to hit back-to-back on it. And then tomorrow's card, a little bigger, 11 games. Plus, I got another parlay going. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. That way you get notified when those ones drop as well. So, still got lots of hockey tonight, lots of hockey tomorrow. Loaded weekend card. Time to crush the books. This is a big weekend. I'm excited. Lots of sports action.
Great sports action there, guys. So check it out. We'll get more with Rod. Check out those video series. All right, have a great night. And we'll catch up with you again here on Drive Thru next week. And we'll always catch you on those weekend shows.
Yeah, you have yourself a good night, Tony. And we'll catch you on the Drive Thru Monday. I think I might have to miss Saturday, but you'll catch me on Sunday on the morning show. So we'll definitely see you then. Have yourself a wonderful Crush the Books tonight. Love today's action. Big games tonight.
Big games tonight on Steak Friday. All right, Rod, have a great night. Rod Zawacky here on the Drive Thru. I will continue here on the show. Let's finish up clean up the chat pick of the day. Warriors and Mavericks. If you like the Warriors at +1.5, it's A. Mavericks -1.5 is B. Over 222.5 is C. Under 222.5 is D. Right now, it is the Mavs up 8-5. We have 4 on the under, by the way. I'll give you my pick, and then we will close it out here. Let's get to the recap first here. Recap the games from today's show, and here we get it set to roll here in just a second here with the recap. All right, it was Jay here on the Jazz +12.5 against the Clippers. Jovan Bulls laying the 1 against the Knicks. Brian Mariners +114 against the Brewers. Kevin here was on the Heat, laid the 3 against the Rockets. Rod here will be on the Sabres -125 against the Flyers. I'll be on the Diamondbacks +260 against the Braves. And what I like the most here, we'll look here at the Mariners +114 in that spot. They seem to like to play, their bats come alive more here on the road. So that'll be the pick. All right, then going back to the chat, pick of the day, guys. Oh, by the way, at Pick Dogs Premium, I have a best bet on the board right now, so get on board with my best bet. Also a single on the board here from baseball. Or you can go long term with me. I have a 3-7 $30 sports pass. Get all my premium plays for that time period to select. When you go to my handicapper page, make that purchase. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. Multi-capper promotions also available. All right, let's continue here on the Drive Thru. We got through it, right? We got my pick coming up, right? I told you I like the. I told you I was going to be here, not on this one, but let me go ahead and move the chains here. We'll get the right pick up there. I'm going to be here on. Oh, not on this one. I am going to be here on. Let's see. Where do we hit the pick? I got to put the pick up, right? All right. We're going to be Diamondbacks. This is a big number here. But let me go ahead and get the lines up for you right now. I got to move the chains here. So we'll move them here. We'll get to this game here. Diamondbacks and Braves, about 260 in this one. I know Tommy Henry's on the mound, but did you know that when the Braves faced 2 lefties this year, they lost both games? They lost both games with left-handers on the board. Tommy Henry is on the mound tonight here for Arizona, but we know Arizona has a pretty good hitting lineup, and the bullpen has been pretty good. Atlanta 0-2, facing left-handed starters, hitting only 187. Remember that a recent loss of the White Sox with Crochet on the mound. Arizona bullpen has performed well. The Diamondbacks 31-29 as a road dog of even money or higher the past 2 seasons. That's a +14.5 unit return. So Diamondbacks as a road dog have been money, and we'll take them here with big money here with Arizona, which has really moved up here. We just see a walk-off by San Francisco. San Francisco has beaten San Diego on a walk-off, but we'll take this one now up to 260, 259. Check it out over at Pick Dogs Premium. All right, guys. Now it's time to get we got the chat pick of the day is going to be, the winner is going to be on the chat pick of the day. The Dallas Mavericks -1.5 is the chat pick of the day for today. Now it's time for you guys to put in your best bet, your show picks of the day. Put that into the chat, and then we'll read them off here on the channel. Put your show pick of the day into the chat. All right, that'll do it here for this edition of the Drive Thru. Be sure to tune in again on Monday live here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll give you picks on the Monday show for that Monday card. There'll be National Championship Day on Monday as well from College Hoops. But of course, remember, we'll be back again on Monday, 6 Eastern Time. Of course, don't forget the morning shows, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Saturday, Jay will be hosting. A lot of the Drive Thru cappers, including myself, will be guesting on the show. And don't forget all these great video series, right? Mitch's 7 Picks in 5 Minutes. His betting tool show is roundtable discussion with the professionals. Jay's NBA Jam session. Also, we got Chris Rivolo around the league here from NHL. We also have Rod Zawacky, A to Z coverage from the NHL. Pick from every game on the board. We also have in our video series Brian Bitler as he with his contrarian plays. Kevin Thomas with his picks as well up on the board. Short series with Jovan and Brad Francis with the parlay shorts here on the channel. as well. Big Al McMorty, all access, costly, sharp trading plays. Against the Public Betting with Dana Lane is another one you guys want to check out. Of course, we got Ron Romanelli, his bank shot breakdown, college hoops, as well as baseball breakdowns, as well as many video series here, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications. All right, you guys, get your show picks in right now. We'll read them off. Bowden likes the Wolves, plus 4.5. That's his best bet. Let's cash with the Wolves. Chris White Thunder, Suns, minus 4.5. April Montgomery likes the Bulls, laying the point. J-Man, Texas Rangers, money line. Gotta like that. Snakes in there as well. Any more of your best bets? Now is the time to get them in. The Rays have just taken the lead 7-6 now, and the Rockies still batting 2 outs. Rays 7-6. They have come back and taken the lead down 6-3 to the bottom of the ninth. Overcome that 3. They get to these Rockies bullpen. So the Rockies looking bad already here in this one. All right, so those are our best bets here. Braves first inning here for that's Braves first 5 innings. That's too big of a line there. Let's see what else we've got here as far as show picks coming in from the group, from the chat today, and I'll read them off here. Let me see if I've got any more from everybody here. Looks like we have got them all in. That's going to do it. We got them all in. Our best bets here are in. Our show picks in here from our chat room. All right, that's going to do it here for the show. Let's go ahead and bring in our crew for tonight. Goodbye, guys. You guys have a great afternoon, evening. We'll catch